The moment Oriana hugged her, Triona's concern about the morals, or lack thereof, of the women of Benoit fled her mind. Oriana was with child. She prayed that was not why her cousin had suddenly decided to visit, for she did not need some angry man arriving at the gates demanding his child. "Cousin?" Triona stepped back a little, grasped Oriana's hands, and looked at the unmistakable rounding of her cousin's belly. "Ye are with child." "Aye, but I will tell ye all about it later, if I may," Oriana said. "Right now I truly need to use your garderobe." She laughed. "Or a bucket in a corner, in a bush to squat behind, anything, now." The only woman near them was Angus's sister Mary, and Triona sighed. "Mary, love, would you please take Lady Lucette?" "'Tis McFingal now," Oriana said. "But we can talk about that later too." "Oh, aye, that we will." "My companions will need beds. Most of them are my kin." "Mary, take her ladyship to a bedchamber so that she might refresh herself." "Which bedchamber?" asked Mary. "Whichever one is empty and clean, and we shall need water heated so that all our guests may wash away the dust of a long journey." "Are they going to be needing bedchambers too?" "Aye, just as her ladyship said, but someone else will see to that. Ye will see to her ladyship and call for heated water, please." "How do I do both?" Noticing that her cousin was beginning to look pained, Triona said, "Just tell one of the other lassies as ye take her ladyship to her chambers, now." The way Mary's eyes widened told Triona that her growing annoyance had been clear to hear in that one sharp word. To her relief, Oriana took Mary by the arm and pressed the girl to get her to a bedchamber, chattering away so continuously that Mary had no chance to ask any more questions, and led the woman away. It was wrong to be cross with Mary, and Triona knew it, but some days she just grew weary of no longer having well-trained servants around, if only because it meant so much more work for her. After taking a deep breath and letting it out slowly, Triona turned her attention to the chore of seeing that Oriana's escort had their needs tended to. One look at the 5 men standing in the midst of her own men told Triona, more clearly than anything else ever had, that Benoit was sadly prepared to fight the troubles besetting it. Her men were either aging or very young. There were good fighters amongst them, but it was not a strong force, for they had had little training, and she could see the recognition of that sad fact in the expressions of the newly arrived men. It was a good thing that they were allies, she decided as she began to snap out orders. She just wished her cousin had taken the time to introduce her to the men. Knowing a name made it a great deal easier to order someone around. A tall black-haired man stepped up to her, his green eyes shining with amusement, and bowed.
"Sir Brett Murray, milady. Necessity robbed our Oriana of her usual precise courtesy."
Triona curtsied. "I am Lady Triona McKee. Welcome to Benoit."
"Thank you for that welcome. Now my companions here are my brother Sir Harcourt Murray, Sir Thomas Cameron, Sir Owen Macmillan, and Sir Callum Macmillan," he said as he pointed to each man named, and each one gave her a quick bow. 5 knights, Triona thought, praying that she did not look as dazed as she felt. 5 big, strong, trained, and honoured knights, and all far too handsome for any woman's peace of mind, she decided as she forced herself to calm down and glanced from one man to another. 2 black-haired Murrays and 3 red-haired men, and 4 of them with differing shades of green eyes. The only man who did not have green eyes was Sir Harcourt, and his amber eyes reminded her all too much of a wolf's. She hastily prayed that his nature did not match those feral eyes. What truly alarmed her, though, was that her gaze did not linger on any of the 4 men with Sir Brett, despite their fine, manly looks, but quickly returned to rest upon him. Just the sight of his tall, lean form made her pulse quicken, and she wanted none of that. Despite the vast difference in their ages, her husband Boyd had made her pulse quicken, and she had often wondered if it had been just a foretelling of trouble to come. Now, as a widow of 25 and a mother, she told herself she was far too old and sensible for such nonsense. Responsibility also weighed too heavily on her now. Quickening pulses were better left to women who did not have so many people depending on them for their next meal, for everything they needed to survive. "Allow me to show you to your bedchambers," she said, even as she turned and headed up the steps into the keep. "I fear ye may find them poor accommodations, less than what you